Whether you call them fortune cookie bags or crescent moon shaped bags or dumpling shaped bags, there is no denying that there is a new trend of these really cute, like rounded 3D bags, oftentimes with a little clip at the top, that seem to be popping up from all of our favorite luxury designers. So today I just wanted to go through some of the newest fortune cookie bags and kind of talk about some of my thoughts and also see what you all think about these bags, because I mean, honestly, they're just really interesting. And I wonder how much like mass market appeal do they have? How many of you all are planning on getting one of these bags? So starting out with one that I think probably had like arguably the biggest release and had a little bit of marketing behind it is, I'm gonna butcher how to say it, but it's the Gucci Attache bag that you can see here. So they have this bag available in 2 different sizes, and it comes in a variety of different materials. So you can see that there are like logo monogram printed ones, they've got suedes, they've got leathers. And this, I think, is probably like the leader or like the forefront of the fortune cookie bag moment right now. Now, honestly, there's not much of a difference in terms of price. You know, they're around like $2,700 to $3,000, depending on the size. So I wouldn't really let the price tag kind of dictate which one you decide you want to go with. But I love that there are so many different options here. And this bag is really interesting because it does obviously have the little clip at the top with the interlocking Gucci GGs, which I think is really nice because it's giving some like form and function to the usage of the logo and the branding. So I think that's a really interesting way of using the logo instead of just like a little decorative ornament that we often see kind of like added on the side of a bag. So I really like that about this bag. I also really like the fact that it seems actually quite usable. One of the things I just don't know about with these dumpling bags, especially in the smaller sizes, is kind of like how usable they are and how functional they are. But I think that this one with the like nice thick seatbelt strap, it really can be worn and like used in a lot of different ways. And also I do think it makes it a much more casual version of one of these bags. Some of the ones I've seen are a little bit more dressed up. So I like that this one feels like really easy and casual. I also really like the shape when you undo the GGs. And it's an interesting mix between like a hobo bag and like a messenger bag and like a saddlebag, kind of like all rolled into one. So I think that this is a really interesting and unique bag. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What do you all think about the attache bag? And is it something that's on your wish list? Or do you think it's just kind of like a trend item that's going to come and go pretty quickly? Now, Prada clearly did not want to miss out on the fortune cookie bag trend, so they have also released their own version in none other than a re-edition. The 2006, they have done it here in a very like true to Prada form where it's kept very, you know, minimalistic, very streamlined. There are not too many bells and whistles. But what I think is really interesting here is that if you look through all of the photos on, you know, the product page on the Prada website, they don't even show you what the bag would look like if you unclipped it. So it's very clearly intentionally made to be worn clipped and no other way. Whereas with the Gucci one, you know, they definitely showed you that it can work multiple ways. And I think that Gucci's approach was really smart because, again, this is a very specific looking bag. And I don't know how many people are clamoring to spend like thousands of dollars on such a specific bag that cannot be converted into a shape or style that we're more familiar with, something that's more accessible to the everyday person. So I wonder if that is going to hurt Prada. But also, I will say I really do like the chain strap here on this one. I think it's very thin and elegant, and it's just very true in form to Prada, you know, like all of their different chain straps. So I do really like that about this. And also, again, because I do feel like the fortune cookie, dumpling, crescent moon type of shape is very casual, this being available in the nylon, again, makes it very casual, very cool, very trendy. I feel like this is one that you're going to see on Instagram a lot on all of our favorite trendy influencers. Now, even Bottega has jumped on this trend and they have taken their beloved Jodie bag and they've made their version, or what they're calling a padded Jodie. And here it is very clearly a dumpling bag, a fortune cookie bag. I mean, there are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's exactly what this bag is. And Bottega has really doubled down on this style because they have not provided any other options. It is meant to be handheld. There is no strap. There is no conversion. There is no other way that you can wear this bag, which is surprising because like with some of obviously like their other dumpling bags and stuff, they do have a strap that you can use, but this one they're like, nope, this is how it's meant to be worn. I also wonder, like in terms of the shape, because it gets like a bit fatter at the bottom, how would it actually feel wearing it over your arm? Like I'm not really sure how the arm would hang over it, especially when it's full and it's got a lot of things inside. Is that a shape that would be really comfortable to wear, or is it something that's very finicky? Would this really only work as like a handheld kind of like top handle bag moment? I'm not really too sure on that, but I will say I do think this is probably the chicest one. I mean, this is a beautiful interpretation, and I think because it doesn't have too many bells and whistles on it, it really is a beautiful bag. I just don't really know about how functional it is and how usable it is for the everyday person. So I feel like this bag is really going to be one for like those rich like ladies who lunch, people who don't necessarily need things to be so practical. You know, they probably take a town car everywhere that they go. So that's kind of where I see this one living. And of course, like with influencers, but you know, other than that, I just don't really see this being like stuff for like the normal, like everyday kind of person. Even in the luxury world, it feels a bit too specific for me. And finally, Fendi was clearly thinking about fortune cookies when they made this bag because they literally called it the mini cookie bag. And I love that, again, this one comes in a lot of different materials. There are some beautiful leather versions, and they've also got it in raffia. I think that's one thing that Fendi does really well. They'll take a core style and they'll reimagine it in so many different fabrications, which I really like and appreciate because I think that's kind of what gives like the Fendi spin to all these different types of like more mainstream silhouettes. I also do feel like this one is very usable. I think that this is something that like honestly like you could wear for a long time, even if like the fortune cookie bags go away. I feel like this one is not too specific. This is not too trend driven. I mean, it's still, I take that back. It is trend driven, but it just feels a little bit more timeless in my opinion. And I love that it's obviously got like the nice little Fendi like FF emblem on it, which we all love. And so overall, I think that this is a beautiful one. I like the size of the mini cookie. I like the shape of it overall. And this was one that like, if I had unlimited funds, I actually think I would purchase this one because again, I think it could work in a lot of different scenarios. And depending on the materials and the colors that you get it in, could actually end up being a really versatile bag. So those are my thoughts on some of the most popular luxury fortune cookie, crescent moon dumpling bags out there. And I would love to hear what you all think down in the comments below. Is this trend for you or is it way too specific? And are you just like, nope, I'm good dog, I'm gonna let that pass? Definitely drop your comments down below so I can hear your thoughts. And I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I would love it if you could just give it a little like. Just give it a little thumbs up down in the corner below. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? You need to subscribe to my channel. So that way you can get all my latest content about all things shopping delivered straight to you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Lily and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye everyone.